They say attraction is magical, that it's chemistry you can't control. But what if the truth is darker? What if the fire that pulls you toward someone isn't love at all, but your own shadow calling you? Marcus Aurelius said, "It is not external events that disturb us, but the judgments we make about them." Attraction often reveals less about the other person and more about the wounds we carry within. Carl Jung believed that intense attraction is not destiny. It's your unconscious projecting the parts of yourself you've never faced. You don't always fall in love because someone is right for you. Often you fall for them because they mirror what you lack. A man raised without warmth may feel consumed by a woman who withholds affection. To him, her distance feels like passion. In reality, he's chasing the mother's love he never received. Epictetus warned, "When we are offended at any man's fault, let us turn to ourselves and reflect in what manner we have erred. The fire isn't in her, it's in his wound." Some women, too, don't seek love. They seek power, not out of cruelty, but because pain taught them that dominance feels safer than intimacy. When a man becomes obsessed, she feels alive, till real closeness threatens her. She withdraws. Deeper INSAGHT compared it to chemistry. When two elements meet, both are transformed. But when attraction is fueled by shadow, the transformation can be destructive. It's why some relationships feel addictive, haunting, impossible to escape because your unconscious mistakes. It's obsession for completion. Seneca said, "Most powerful is he who has himself in his own power. If you do not master your inner wounds, they will master you using desire as the weapon." CLOS unsheath. The person who sets your heart racing might not be your soulmate. They might be your mirror. They might be the wound you never healed, disguised as love. Unless you confront that truth, you will keep chasing the same pain in different bodies, calling it fate. Epictetus reminded us, freedom is the only worthy goal in life. It is won by disregarding things that lie beyond our control. True. Freedom begins when you stop letting unconscious desire control you and instead choose with awareness. Carl Jung warned that desire often repeats old wounds. A man may know a woman is wrong for him, she rejects him, mocks his vulnerability, or disappears after intimacy, yet he keeps returning. Because of love, but because he's unconscious. He's chasing resolution. One man's story shows this clearly. He was successful and respected, but always drawn to women who emotionally abandoned him. His friends warned him, yet he returned. Why? Because his mother was cold and distant. Every woman who pulled away felt like a chance to heal the past. But he wasn't chasing them, he was chasing his mother's ghost. Seneca once wrote, "It is not the man who has too little, but the man who craves more, that is poor." This craving for unresolved love keeps people trapped. They believe they are seeking passion, but in truth, they are seeking the wound that never closed. Women, too, fall into this cycle. Many feel pulled to men who are dominant, exciting, but emotionally unavailable. They ask, "Why do I only want men who hurt me?" It is not weakness, it is programming. From childhood, they learned that love must be earned, that rejection means to try harder. So when a man is indifferent, attraction spikes. The unconscious says, "Here's the pain we know. Let's fix it." But as Epictetus reminded us, no man is free who is not master of himself. Till they master this cycle, they are enslaved by it. There are also women who use this knowledge as power. They sense that withholding emotional closeness, but offering physical seduction creates a bond. Many men cannot break. They do not always act from malice, but from pain. They become the fantasy, not the reality. The more a man chases, the more control she feels. Jung called this a projection trap. Neither side loves the other. They only love the mirror of their wounds. This is the darkest corner of attraction, two broken pasts colliding, each using the other as a stage to replay old pain. Seneca said, "To be everywhere is to be nowhere." When your mind is trapped in the past, you cannot love in the present. Real love requires awareness, not repetition. Without it, desire becomes domination, and passion becomes a prison. A man may convince himself that passion is destiny. He feels drawn again and again to women who ignite his desire but leave him broken. In truth, he is not falling in love with a person, he is falling into his shadow. Jung called this the repetition of unresolved pain. One man said, "Every woman I love ends up leaving me." He believed it was bad luck, but the pattern revealed something deeper. His attraction was not to love itself, but to the wound of his youth. His mother never gave affection freely, so as an adult he kept choosing women who repeated that story. Marcus Aurelius warned, "You have power over your mind, not outside events." Realize this, and you will find strength. Until he understood his own mind, he mistook addiction for love. Women too often ask, "Why do I lose interest when a man is kind, but feel obsessed when he withdraws?" This is not chance, it is programming. They chase men who withhold affection because it feels familiar. Their psyche whispers, "If I can win this time, I will heal my past." But as Epictetus said, if you want to improve, be content to be thought foolish and stupid. To heal, you must step away from the cycle, even if others call it weakness. Some women have turned this into power. They withhold love, but give physical seduction, knowing it creates a bond men cannot escape. They may not intend harm, but they become the fantasy, not themselves. Jung warned that this is projection. He does not love her, but what she represents. She does not love him, but the control she gains. Seneca reminded us, most men pursue pleasure with such breathless haste that they hurry past it. These illusions feel intense, but they do not last. This is the danger of attraction without awareness. Two people meet not with open hearts, but with broken mirrors. Intimacy becomes performance. Passion becomes domination. The stronger it feels, the more dangerous it is. Without confronting the shadow, desire can drag you into ruin while wearing the mask of love. Attraction is not always proof of compatibility. Many believe they are choosing freely. But Jung warned that the unconscious often chooses for us. You may think you are falling in love, yet you are only repeating the past. One woman asked, "Why? Do I always fall for the same type of man?" Another man admitted, "I knew she was unhealthy for me, but I couldn't stop." These are not accidents. They are signs of the shadow at work. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "If you are distressed by anything external, the pain is not due to the thing itself, but to your estimate of it. In this you have the power to revoke at any moment. What hurts us most is not the other person, but our own blindness to the patterns we repeat." Jung's teaching on individuation shows that until we integrate the animus in the shadow, we cannot truly choose. Otherwise, desire pulls the strings, while we call it fate. Epictetus reminded us, "No man is free who is not master of himself." As long as we remain unconscious, we are slaves to our cravings. Think of someone who chases emotionally unavailable partners again and again. Each face is different, but the pain is the same. It is not love guiding them. It is the wound demanding attention, Seneca said. To be wise is only one thing: to fix our aims solely on the goal of a perfect life. Yet when the aim is unconscious, healing through another person, we sacrifice wisdom for chaos. This is why love can feel like a battlefield. We are not drawn to people, we are drawn to unresolved emotions. And unless we heal, we will continue to wake up in the same story, with only the faces changed. True freedom begins the moment you recognize this cycle and dare to break it. Jung warned that many of our strongest desires are not guided by love, but by wounds disguised as attraction. A man may feel powerless before a woman who excites him, believing this is passion. Yet over and over he ends up drained, confused, and broken. This is not chemistry, is possession. He is not chasing her. He is chasing the shadow within himself. Perhaps he grew up never feeling enough. No, he seeks women who reflect that insecurity, so that when they validate him, he feels like a god. But when they withdraw, he feels worthless. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength. Until he learns this truth, he will remain a slave to his own longing. Women, to repeat this cycle. Many are drawn to men who withhold affection, mistaking coldness for strength. They think, if I prove myself, maybe he will choose me. But this is not love, it is repetition of the first heartbreak. For some, it is the father who never truly saw them. The psyche seeks closure, but as Epictetus said, it is difficulties that show what men are. Seeking healing in another person only deepens the wound. This is what Jung called repetition compulsion, the drive to recreate old pain until awareness breaks the cycle. Seneca once reminded us, a gem cannot be polished without friction, nor a man perfected without trials. To break free, we must confront the past instead of replaying it. The truth is that sexual attraction can be manipulated by trauma. The more familiar the wound, the more intense the desire. What feels like a spark is often a scream from the past. That is why toxic relationships can feel impossible to leave. It is not love that binds you. It is the invisible string of unhealed pain. Jung taught that the path to real love begins with awareness. Attraction is not proof of alignment. It is often a signal of unfinished stories. Many keep falling for partners who feel like home, not because they are safe, but because the pain is familiar. Till the shadow is faced, desire will keep rewriting the same script. One woman said, "Why do I only feel alive with men who hurt me?" Another man confessed, "I'm addicted to women who leave me empty." These are not coincidences. They are repetitions. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "If you are pained by any external thing, it is not this thing that disturbs you, but your own judgment about it. It is not the person who binds you, it is the meaning your unconscious attaches to them." Jung's process of individuation calls us to integrate shadow, wounds, and projections. When this happens, attraction changes. You no longer seek salvation in another. You share wholeness, Epictetus said. No man is free who is not master of himself. True love is only possible when desire is not desperation, but choice. And here is the paradox. Those who reflect your healing may not trigger fireworks. At first, peace may feel boring because your nervous system is used to storms. But as Seneca reminded, a man who suffers before it is necessary suffers more than is necessary. Calm love is not emptiness, it is strength. Give it time, and you will see that peace is passion in its highest form. The next time your heart races, ask, is this excitement, or is it fear disguised as love? Real love will not trap you, it will free you. Before you fall in love with someone else, fall in love with the parts of yourself still crying out. Heal them, and then choose love, not out of need, but out of wholeness. That is how you escape the darkest truth of attraction, as Epictetus said. Freedom is the only worthy goal in life, is won by disregarding things that lie beyond our control. Love born from healing is that freedom. It does not chain you to the past, it allows you to live fully in the present.